Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On this video, I'm going to be cooking up a Korean-inspired French dip sandwich. Let's get going. So not long ago, I was watching a cooking show, and there was a chef in a Korean restaurant in Koreatown in Los Angeles who was making a version of a French dip sandwich using duck breast instead of beef, and there was just a whole lot of Korean flavors going on. So that inspired me to do this recipe. I'm going to be doing my version of a Korean French dip sandwich, but only we're using pork shoulder. I'm going to be roasting this thing up on the Lone Star Grills, offset vertical, and we are going to be introducing a couple new sauces from K-pop. So very excited about this video. Not only am I going to be making a homemade pork jus, I'll have the recipe video, it's a very short video right up here. We're going to be infusing a horseradish sauce with pork rinds, cracklings, chicharron, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to be introducing two killer sauces from K-pop. I'm very excited about this video. Let's get started by seasoning up this pork. So here's what we're going to be using today. This is a Boston butt, a little over about 7.5 pounds or so. And because there's going to be so many layers of flavor going on, as you'll see, I'm going to keep the seasoning on this meat very simple. Salt and black pepper, that's it. So first thing we're going to do is season with some coarse ground kosher salt, fresh ground black pepper. And we're done with the seasoning, very easy. Let's get this thing on the pit. So for this cook, we're roasting, we're not going low and slow. I have the Lone Star rolling right now at 350 degrees, and I am burning almond wood, simply because I have a ton of almond wood. It tastes good anyway. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the pit. That's about as easy as it gets. I'm going to be monitoring the cook temperature-wise, and I am going to be pulling this once the internal temp of this pork hits 140 degrees. Again, this is going to be a sliced sandwich. It's going to be killer. See you guys in a bit. All right, we're at 3 hours, and this roast is done. Check it out. So again, we're at 140 right now. There's going to be a little bit of carryover. What I'm going to do is pull this off the pit, get it inside, let it rest a little bit, then we'll slice it up and make some Korean French dip sandwiches. The pork is rested, time to make a sandwich. That should be more than enough meat. Let's get the roast off to the side here. So we will be building a sandwich on French roll, and the way we're going to do this, it's kind of paying homage to a little deli in LA called Philippe's, and they get credit for actually accidentally inventing the French dip sandwich. So I have that pork jus I made. Again, I'll have the recipe linked here. It turned out really good. My house smells so great because of it. Anyway, instead of having a little bowl where I'm going to dip the sandwich, we are going to dip the bread. You'll get that meat on there, and just look at how gorgeous that is. It's just so juicy and a nice smoke ring. This is going to be great. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just hit it with, this is horseradish that I've cut with some sour cream just to bring it down a little bit on the heat level, because we're going to be applying some heat here, and I just want, again, I want that horseradish taste. I love it. So let's go ahead and get this on. Now to this, I'm going to lay down some pork chicharron, some cracklins, pork rind, whatever you call them in your region, that's what this is. Some pork rinds, good crispy stuff here. Now this is one of K-Pop's new sauces. This is their kimchi mayo. Umami packed. It has a nice kind of a subtle sweetness and a tanginess to it. Really good stuff. So we're going to lay this on next. That'll counter the horseradish just a tad. Then this is K-Pop's XXX. This has some heat. So if you guys are familiar with gochujang, it's got that nice fermented chili gochujang flavor and some heat. And it's got a nice decent amount of heat here. And again, this will kind of work with that sweetness of that mayo. Now my favorite part. Beautiful, colors are popping. It's ready to be eaten. Let's check that out. Just layers upon layers. I mean, look at that. All right, let's give this a go. This sandwich is killer. First of all, the pork, so crazy tender, so crazy tender. It's got that nice, you know, that wood smoked flavor, but it doesn't have that barbecue, that pulled pork flavor. It's got a nice roasted flavor. I mean, the nice kind of sticky, caramely exterior is coming out. I mean, this is good. I hardly ever do this with pork shoulder. I need to start roasting more pork shoulders because it's good. This would be a good like holiday meal. Back to the sandwich. Yeah, those flavors are just layer upon layer of flavors. And then you get that nice crispiness from the pork rinds coming through. So this is a killer sandwich. The horseradish flavor comes out, but again, it's not, you know, clearing my sinuses because I mellowed it out with the sour cream. That kimchi mayo. Again, kimchi has, you know, it's got a fermented cabbage and chilies in it, but they've also sweetened that sauce. So it's got a sweetness to it. So it's just filled with that umami, that savoriness, that umami. Same with this, you know, this XXX, this chili sauce. It's got that gochujang, that fermented chili paste flavor going on, and it hits you with a lot more heat than just regular gochujang does. But it's a nice warming heat. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't jack your palate up. So this is good, a really good sandwich. So K-Pop, these guys are friends of mine and I've known them since they were a little baby Kickstarter company. Great, great people, family recipes, and it transforms humble food into something special. I mean, it's really good on hamburgers and hot dogs. I'll have links down below if you're interested in buying it. Just check them out at least. Thank you guys for stopping by. Again, I love the suggestions. Keep them coming in. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.